really respond to cues and respect you. Right here, very nice. Continue traveling. Much better. Much better. Again. Much better. Continue traveling. Much better. Continue traveling. Much better. Very good. Extend and touch. Turn inside. Continue travel. Don't stop. Even roll inside. Continue travel. Turn outside. Much better. Right here was very soft. Turn outside without jumping. Again, turn inside. Turn outside. Beautiful. That's a beautiful circle right here. Turn inside. Turn outside. That's a beautiful turns right here. Very nice. Turn inside. Turn outside. Turn inside. Turn outside. That's amazing. Beautiful circles. Navigate horse feet. First of all, mentally. Educate horse turn inside in a round pen. And I will share with you this a little bit much more deeply philosophy, my philosophy about the steps educate horse turn inside in the first level from foundation program, discover philosophy and methodology in round pen. And the reason behind why we have to educate horse turn inside from the left and right side of his body, and what the steps actually will teach horse, why we have to even use these steps in our life in a round pen, and what kind of benefit receive horseman from this education when he educate horse actually to turn inside consistent and consistently from the left and right direction in the different speeds from the walk, trot and lope. In 100 years of education and horse education, in the round pen education between horseman and horse, we all the time hear, so there's this many years we hear, it's better 2 eyes of the horse than 2 heels towards the horseman. So what's the saying actually saying to us? It's better to educate horse to face towards the horseman with front end than educate horse to face horseman with hind end. In my philosophy, in my education, I'm completely opposite, and I believe so much horse have to turn towards the horseman with front and stay beside the fence right here. And again, point first, and horse travel forward. Now point, clack, horse went, now point, more energy, point, beautiful, right here, and stop my horse and stay still. So again, we have everything from the walk, graduate to trot, from trot, graduate to lope. And also we have to educate horse face us with hind end. Emotions with extend and touch with flag. Very nice, and stay still. Very good. Pay attention right here. Very nice. Horse relax. Right here, horse relax. And again, horse relax hind legs. Very good. So now we're gonna take horse slash and turn him towards us with hind quarters. And remind him you still have to stay still. And remember this, face me with hind quarters. And stay still right here and pay attention. Very nice. So horse remember this too. So all our education you can see right now, all our hard work paying back to us with very good result how horse develop their mental and physical abilities, control emotion and fear. Because confidence and body language, very important what I'm saying right now, confidence in body language between horseman and horse have to be developed from the front end and the hind end. We have to be very confident around the horse hindquarters. We have to be very confident around the horse from the front end and from the sides of the horse, because we truly communicate with our horses daily around the horse, in the barn, in the paddock, in the arena, in the show, in the trail ride, or other people actually involved, kids, dogs, other people involved in the communication with our animal, with our horses from the different sides of their body, and they have to be very safe when they're communicating with our animals from the front, behind, sides, and etc. So actually what turn inside teach horse and horseman, and this actually particular lesson to educate horse travel step in the first level, discover philosophy, methodology around pen. What the steps actually teach horsemen and horse in this education? And the biggest answer is to understand two different languages, body languages, communication between two different species, horses and the horseman. Horse have to educate horse to read his body language, and horse have to accept horseman body language. And when these two different languages to understand each other, then communication begin between horseman and horse. Again, turn inside. Beautiful. And now gonna stop and relax. Beautiful. And relax slash. And now gonna remind him forward. So reality, what we actually teach the horse, we're teaching the horse to understand our body language. Again, without applying physical pressure and the horse mental abilities and applying tools. Horse truly have to understand your presence, your energy, your voice command, and your body language. For this education, I all the time share with you sequence of the methods that have to connect to each other. We have to break everything on the steps. We have to break everything in small repetitions, increasing time in the physical exercise, and after start to remove educational repetition, practice only final performance exercise, and connect this exercise to the future methods of the horse education. So all the time I preach and I'm saying we have to have a sequence, we have to have a sequence. So if we were going to step in as a human in a round pen, as a horseman in a round pen, and start to run the horse randomly, throwing lasso in the horse hindquarters, and we talk already in the first step, that's a no-no. Horse have to understand voice command, body language, and our energy. Very beautiful to see how he's progressing right now. It's very nice, consistent walk. Beautiful. My body language, my voice command, very consistent. Beautiful. So he understands all this. So I'm going to keep him on the walk again. Continue keeping him on walk. Beautiful. So he can develop these emotions too, because when horse walk and consistent walk and nice and relaxed, in the same time, right now, we're developing his emotion. We're not just walking our horse in a round pen. We're working on something. We're working control emotions on very slow speed. Don't speed up. Please concentrate to me. Listen to me. Even when you travel, keep your ear inside. Pay attention on me. Be consistent with your forward motion. Be balanced, be coordinated. So that's a lot of right now involve education on this simple step, not just walking your horse around the pen. Again, point, energy, head point, energy, very nice. So horse start to right now travel. We can see again he don't speed up, very fast speed. Very nice, that's what we want to see. Nice, beautiful, beautiful trot. After horse have to understand extending touch. Very beautiful. Very nice. Horse relax. Front legs, very nice. And horse have to understand stop and face. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm gonna stop my horse completely. Stop and stay still. Check him if he's remember. Stop and stay still right here. He's staying still and relax. I hope you pay attention what I'm saying right now, because if I'm gonna step in a round pen and pick up lasso and start to throw on the horse hind course, or pick up the whip and make horse to travel in the forward motion, and after running in front of the horse shoulders like a Mad Max and changing direction inside, horse will gonna use surviving instinct to turn inside. Horse turning inside because it's not other option for him not to turn inside, because we apply domination and fear. And through the methodology, actually integrate education academy, I share and show you how to apply body language, so horse will truly understand with your energy, voice command, in your presence, so horse truly understand how to change direction. If you remember what I said, I said pay attention, consistent and consistently forward motion, extend and touch, and stop and face. We done 99% of our education to educate horse to turn inside, because we broke and separate each method individual. Horse understand travel consistent and consistently. We talked about this before. Consistent immediately, consistently, never stop. Extend in touch. We develop confidence. We can touch our horse in front of him when he travel, on top of him when he travel, from behind when he travel, his leg, his neck, and etc. So we can extend, touch our horse. We develop this confidence. We can touch with our soul, with our hands, with our heart horse. And horse perform and travel and the speed we desire from him. So now we accomplish already stop and face. Horse understand stop again consistent, and horse understand stop consistently. Stay still, never move till horseman give a different cue. So if I gonna apply my hand forward motion, pretend I apply extended touch, horse not gonna raise head in the air, horse not gonna change direction, horse gonna stay stop consistently. So when I'm gonna change direction with my body language and my voice command and say continue travel consistent, because I teaching him travel immediately and never stop. So combine my first step and my third step and my second step together to travel. Stop, let him relax, to understand difference between stop and change direction travel. We cannot just pick up the horse mental abilities and say travel, stop, and travel again. It's not timing separation, so horse actually mentally understand education. It will be again surviving instinct for the horse, because even if I apply my energy and even if I apply my voice command in my body language and I don't have a break with time between physical movement, it will become surviving instinct. He will run to escape from this pressure, energy, human energy. But if I say travel forward motion, consistent and consistently, stop, relax, change direction. When horse went to trot, we immediately going to stop horse. Why we stopping horse? Because horse have to understand. That's what you're asking, to trot. I'm not asking you to trot around me. I ask you to understand my hand and trot. Immediately stop horse. So horse will truly understand speed what you're asking him to travel. Again, third repetition. First of all, he walk. Now point, high, energy, and horse travel, and stop. Beautiful. So we want to understand, horse understand this, because after I'm going to transfer to in-hand communication when they're going to be connected with horse, and horse have to understand. And eventually my timing between stop and travel consistently going to get shorter and shorter, less and less. And what's going to happen? Turn inside. So horse will mentally understand. You will going to see relaxation. Horse not going to chew and lick. Because we talk about the chew and lick, it's a stress relief. Horse will going to change direction, consistent, and you release the horse. When horse learn how to change direction consistent, then you teach horse to change direction consistently and travel and don't stop. So it became change direction, consistent and consistently, and it's become turn inside. So what actually horse learn? Communication, body language between horse. From the horseman, confidence, relaxation, communication. Our final goal of the turn inside, to educate horse. That's a final goal, to turn inside, to educate horse to understand, mentally move shoulders to the left and right direction. Because our final goal to bring horse in the middle of the round pen when we desire from the horse. And he's 2.5 years old stallion right now. So he's doing pretty good with his mental abilities. Very nice. And right here again. And now I'm going to say slash. Can you walk right there? Right there. To the panel. Just go to the panel. Go to the panel and face me. And please face me with front end and stay still. Right there. Very good. And I'm going to say I want to walk towards you right now and take the saddle pad away from you. And you still have to stay still and be relaxed. So horse nice and relaxed. And when I walk towards the horse and put saddle pad again, you have to still wait for me, because that's what stop and fades actually teach horse in the round pen. Patience, relaxation, confidence. Wait. You're not restricting horse. By the halter, by the rope, not apply physical pressure on his chin to stay away from you. And say, that's great. I can walk to you, take halter, saddle pad away from me. Can you come to me with the saddle pad? Come to me. Right here. You came to me, very nice. Beautiful, baby. Can you face me? I want to take a saddle pad off your back. Beautiful. That's my goal, ultimate goal, to teach horses in the first time to tag them, so they mentally understand education. Not dominate his feet and randomly let him come towards us. In my philosophy, in my education, it's everything combined, and it's very important to understand. It's related to each other, each method related. Our goal to educate horse come towards us when we desire from the horse. When horse understand how to stay still, again, not just randomly hiding beside the panel of the round pen, faces 100%, 90 degrees. Educate horse come towards us, walk away from us, face us with front end, face us with hind end, walk towards the horse when we desire from the horse. and let horse come to. So that's our final goal. And my idea to develop these methods become from a random communication to learn about wild animal. Just thinking, if deer will be in a field and we don't have not round pen panels and etc., or wolf or any wild animal, if I gonna have say for example we're going to have piece of meat in our hand, wolf maybe will gonna come to me because he smell. Maybe he's not gonna come 100% towards me and pick up this meat from my hand, but he will be interested in his mental abilities. He will be interested, come towards me to take this piece of meat. But can I actually take this piece of meat and walk towards the animal, to this wolf, and give him piece of meat? Absolutely not. He will gonna run away from me. Exactly the same with deer. If I'm gonna have an apple in my hand, I just exaggerate. But if I have some kind of food in my hand and deer very interesting, he will come towards me. But if I'm gonna take this food and I'm gonna start to walk towards the deer, he will never wait for me, because he not understand. That's a whole idea about this. He not understand mentally he not understand physical exercise. He mentally not understand what I desire from him. And that's not different when we're gonna have a saddle or bridle or halter to put on the horse. Not to put our eyes down and hide our energy and put randomly this tuck on our horses. I want horse stay 90 degrees, and I want to put halter, saddle, and etc. And expect when I mentally accept me, when I walk towards him or I invite him to come towards me. And in the slash education, I share how in the first time, it took time, but the first time I educate the slash, the first time young colt, 2.5 years old stallion, I teaching him come to me when I gonna put saddle on my horse. First time. Not put halter on him, horsemanship rope, and hide my eyes and throw the saddle on his back and let him buck and etc. Horse mentally actually understand turn inside. He understand how to move shoulders and come to me. Put saddle on, and I'm gonna say, come towards me. Come towards me. Right here. Right there, baby. Can you face me? Right here. And we're gonna put saddle. So horse mentally come to me, come to be saddle in the first time. That's the result what I wanna see. Very good job. He relax. And I'm gonna say, can I remove the saddle from you and gonna put another side. Very good job. And again, where's the saddle? Very nice. That's a positive reinforcement. I educate horse not through the stomach. I'm not educating horse with domination. I educate horse with relaxation, repetition, increasing time in forward motion. And I educate horse to develop confidence, understand physical exercise, and relaxation of the small portion of repetition. So he can mentally understand. It can be involve education, it can be involve relaxation. And again, not pressure, not release. It's only timing. And it's a deep philosophy I already shared with you before, and we're gonna continue to the process education, share with you how hard to, it's very hard to understand how to educate horse with timing on each physical exercise. And again, this education comes from my sport knowledge, how my coach educate me. So the biggest goal, turn inside, educate horse actually to understand horseman body language, and horsemen learn horse body language. And this, when you develop this communication between each other, then communication begins. Another big reason when we educating horse turn inside, it develop horse mental abilities from the left and right side of his body. Can we educate horse turn inside right away from the left and right side? Again, it's not possible, because again, it's going to be just domination and survival instinct. That's why we broke everything. Consistent, stop and face. We educate first of all left side, and we educate right side. And when we educate horse left and right side separately, then we start to bring two sides together, and that's become turn inside from the left direction, and that's become turn inside from the right direction. What I actually concentrate on turn inside. So horse just run to the left and run to the right? Absolutely not. I develop horse physical abilities. When I'm saying physical abilities, it means balance and coordination. Because this methodology, what we're going to start to use, what we use in turn inside, without riding education, on the ground with horse and communicating with turn inside in a round pen, we're going to transfer to the riding. All the time I remind you, please transfer the riding methodology, and all the time I remind you, sequence of the methods. I'm going to give you an idea. Any athlete, and any coach, a knowledgeable coach, he knows his methods from the ground to the final performance education. He knows why he have to apply turn inside when human run between the cones, and how this turn inside between the cones he's gonna transfer in the final performance game, basketball, soccer, fencer, or hockey. Because hockey player have to change direction, because basketball player have to change direction, because fencer have to change direction, and he be balanced and coordinated from the left and right side. We're gonna do lead changes with our horses. So think right now, very deeply. Travel to the left, horse travel on the left lead. Turn inside, change direction, change to the right lead. Travel to the right, change direction, travel to the left lead. So reality, my education, when I teach my horse turn inside, I develop balance and coordination of the horse body. Because any horse, in the future, you will see when we educating slash, and horse slash struggle pick up right lead. So if horse learn very well speed control, and not just again running in around pen because I apply a whip, if horse know how to travel and stretch his muscle, be very confident and relax, and understand, pick up the speed I desire from him, that's going to be very easy to teach horse to travel in a correct lead. If he struggle to develop his muscle memory on this right lead and keep this forward motion for a long period of time, so he can develop muscle memory. So if I teach a horse travel to the left and he is nice and relaxed, and I turn inside and the trot and the from turn inside and ask him pick up correct right lead, he will pick up without frustration and hesitation lope and learn how to travel on the right lead. So turn inside again, develop balance and coordination of the horse body from the left and right side, develop mental abilities, communication, immediate communication from the left and right side with body language between horse and horseman. So that's very unique step, and we have to understand the reason behind why we teach this step. Many times when we educate horse travel in hand communication, say, I'm going to say simple lunging. It's a second level from the foundation program. And if your horse learn how to travel with whip in the round pen, how you can transfer this education to hand communication, to the lunging? You're going to pick up the whip and make your horse travel the forward motion. You're going to see nice slack on your rope between you and your horse. Horse will travel nice and relax. No, already mentally he disappeared because he is concentrating only on the fear to travel in the forward motion because the pressure behind his hindquarters. So a lot of time I have this question, why my horse in hand communication travel in the wrong lead? Because horse doesn't know how to travel consistently in the forward motion with body language, voice command and energy without whip in the round pen. Horse doesn't understand how to stay still. Horse not understand extend and touch. Horse not understand turn inside and how to develop muscle memory and a correct lead. That's a whole goal. Horse mentally and physically have to be free when he use full potential of his body language, of his body muscles, when he travel the forward motion or any movement in his body. When we put in halter and horsemanship rope on his face, restricting his movements. He cannot move freely and use his full potential of his body. First of all, we have to develop without ropes and tools. And when horse learn that very well, then we transfer this to in-hand communication. Everything in the life like this, in the proper education. So that's another reason why we have to educate horse turn inside. So horse will develop a muscle memory, develop balance, develop coordination, understand which side of his body he have to use and switch coordination left and right side and travel the speed we desire from him. Because we have to understand as a horseman, when horse travel to the right and he's switching and turning inside to the left, he changing coordination of his body and changing his brain exactly the same to the left when he travel, and he changed to the right, he changing coordination of his body. So it's a lot of education and turn inside and around pen just to run your horse, like I said, Mad Max with whip and right in front of the horse shoulders and just turn him left or right, turn inside. How many times we see when we're educating horse to change direction to in-hand communication, lunging, say for example, again I'm gonna talk simple, or in a round pen, we running with whip and changing sides, turning side of the horse body from the left and right side. Horse dig in with hind leg so hard, switching tail, running, lean inside in the round pen. Exactly the same in hand communication. So actually what we teaching horse, when horse act like this with his body language towards us, when we asking him with our communication, aggressive communication towards him, we taking away horse emotions. We teach horse how not to control emotions at all. Eventually horse will submit. Eventually. But it's never going to be pretty, beautiful, relaxed, coordinated, and control emotion turn inside or changing directions. So it's very important to develop also this turn inside horse emotions, body language, communication, balance, coordination. How many times when we want the horse go through the tarp, say for example you're going to put two tarps in the round pen from the left and right side and ask him to go through the tarp from the right, change direction, go to the right, to the left, he will never perform because he already mentally emotions disappeared. You think he really gonna care about this tarp? He only concentrating on these emotions. So just a small simple, go through the logs and etc. And it's actually In the third level of foundation program, when we're going to start to teach and teach horse to go through the obstacles and teach our horse to change directions by using our step turn inside. Go from one log to another log. Stay between the logs. Go through the tarp, go through the curtain. Pick up speed we desire from you. That's your turn inside. Come towards us to put saddle. Stay still, put halter under you. Touch our horse in the first time. With a lot of preparation, with different steps. In the middle of the round pen, when horse not surrounded with panels, not hiding beside the pen. Horse really have his emotions and stay in the middle of the round pen. And let horseman touch him from his muzzle to his hind hoof. Another amazing reason behind this, to educate horse to control emotion in the open area, to control this anxiety. Anytime horse travel towards you, what's happening when horse in the middle of the round pen? He is in the open area. Most of the time when horses when they're turning from the panel and go in the middle of the round pen, they're speeding up. And after they're coming back from this turning side again to the panel and they're relaxing. We're asking ourselves why horses do that. It's anxiety in the open space, because horse cannot rely on this panel to hide himself. So this step teach horse how to control emotion in a big open area. Control anxiety. How many times we practice at home with our horses, and after we're going to the show and we stay in the middle of the show pen arena, and we can feel our horse have anxiety and we have anxiety, and everything transfer to each other. So reality, that's a small steps of education begin from this turn inside to develop this relaxation in the open space. Stay with me, be with me. Because eventually we're going to remove this round pen and horse going to stay beside you, nice and relaxed. You can see we're going to teach horse when you're going to put arm around the horse and stay beside our horse. Horse going to stay in the open space with us, not run us over, not push us with sides, not changing direction. Horse going to be nice and relaxed. So turn inside, that's amazing tool. Develop horse emotions, understand body language from the horseman, develop balance, coordination, develop confidence, and two-way communication between horse and horseman. A lot of time we as a horse owner, we struggle with our horses when we let horses go on a big field, on a big paddock, to bring horse mentally towards us and bring horse back to the barn if we decide to put horse back in the barn, or educate horse in arena in the field. So what I'm trying to say, to put halter on the horse. Horse is running, circling around this field, and we hiding ourselves, we putting our eyes down, we going sideways to this horse and randomly catching our horses, or bring treats to put grain to put halter on the horse, and etc. And don't take me wrong, I done all this in my life. I am not different than you are. I struggle exactly the same like you guys struggling, or you're not struggling. So, and by studying, and like I said before, I didn't discover philosophy methodology around pen. Greatest horseman in the world discovered philosophy methodology around pen before I even wear the diapers. But to study round pen, I understand it's a lot of missing links, and it's not a lot of patience and timing to educate the horse. Everything randomly, fast, and in the end it's not connecting to the final performance riding. That's the biggest goal what I'm trying to accomplish in my life, to find methods so they're actually we start from the first day, and you can use these methods to the final advanced education with our horses under saddle. So if we turn inside, we not accomplish very well turn inside, and not just turn inside and run your horse and turn inside and run your horse. So what we teaching, that's again missing link. When we teaching horse turn inside and forward motion, turn inside and forward motion, we actually teach your horse face me and go away from me, face me and go away from me. So reality is just stepping block to teach horse to be with you. But stop and face, our third step from Discover Philosophy methodology, actually will teach horse to be with you and stay with you. Turn inside will educate horse come to you, because horse will learn how to move shoulders left and right direction and come towards you. With positive reinforcement and relaxation in the middle, without educate horse through the mental abilities and physical movements and relaxation. So reality, it's very important to spend a lot of time in the middle of the round pen with your horse when you invite your horse in the middle. Not all the time run your horse out inside, inside and inside, because actually you're taking confidence away from the horse because you're all the time sending him away from you. Again, nobody teach me that. It's just my own brain. When I'm working with horses, I all the time think about how to improve myself and how to improve communication between horse and horseman, and how to take all the small details of education and put together. So it's very important to spend time in the middle of the round pen, stay still. So if horse don't have ropes, don't have halters, and you can stay with your horse in the middle of the arena, and horse gonna stay with you, not bite you, not nip on you, and etc., because you give him education through his stomach or etc. You truly develop physical and mental abilities of the horse. Horse understand physical movement and relaxation, and if horse can spend this time to be with you mentally, just mentally to understand this, actually mentally understand this and be on his own with you, what's going to happen when you're going to go on a big paddock, on a big field, when you're going to walk towards your horse or want to put halter on your horse? I guarantee you 100% horse will going to wait for you, horse not going to run away from you, and you're going to put halter very easy on your horse, or bridle or saddle or whatever you desire. If you get to this level and horse truly understand this, then it's not going to be problem to put halter on your horse or any tool and etc. Or teach your horse stay in a cross tie, or face you with front end in the stall. How many times horses face you with hind quarters in the stall, doesn't want to face you with front end? And we're throwing rope in the horse hind quarters to apply pressure, so horse will on the hind quarters, so horse will face you with front end. Again, fear. But if you finish very well turn inside, consistent and consistent, at any speed you desire, stay in the middle with me in round pen, you open the stall, horse all the time gonna face horseman with front end. It's that simple, because you educate the horse mental abilities. So I can give you hundreds and hundreds reasons behind this step, why we have to educate, and I am honest with you, why we have to educate horse turn inside. Again, it's not just running your horse with whip in the round pen and say I done it. It have to be reason behind how I can use this in my daily communication with my horse. Why I have to use this? It have to make sense to you and your horse.